Welcome to Natural Fluency.
Hey everyone! What if I told you there's one small physical adjustment that can finally bridge the gap between listening to English and actually speaking it? In the first step, you practiced inhaling English into your lower belly. Today, we're taking it to the next level. Inhale English up to back of mouth. This is the stage where your body becomes more ready to produce English sounds. And if you've been doing the previous step, this is going to feel surprisingly natural. Before I show you the method, let me quickly explain the logic behind it, because once you understand the why, today's practice will hit completely differently. Think about your native language. When someone speaks to you in your first language, you don't translate in your head, the meaning just lands, and the words come out of your mouth effortlessly. Imagine if English worked the same way, but here's the problem. If you only process English in your head, you might understand it, but when it's your turn to speak, nothing comes out. That's because your listening and your speaking are running on two completely separate tracks. So people try shadowing, repeating after native speakers. But more often than not, it still doesn't stick. Why? Because they're only moving their mouth. The deeper systems that actually produce the sound, the breathing, the throat, the resonance, aren't engaged. So what do? Here's the secret. Don't just listen with your ears. Listen with the parts of your body that actually produce speech. Your belly, your throat, your mouth. When you listen through your body, listening naturally transforms into speaking. Let me break it down. Your body produces speech in 3 rapid-fire steps. First, your breathing, mainly from the lower belly, creates the airflow. Second, your vocal system, the throat, the vocal folds, the back of the mouth, turns that airflow into sound. Third, your mouth, the tongue and lips, shapes that sound into clear speech. These 3 steps connect instantly in order to create one spoken sound. And here's why English pronunciation feels so hard to master. All 3 of these systems are hidden inside your body. You can't see them. So even if you stare at a native speaker's face, you can't copy what's actually happening inside. That's exactly why traditional methods take so long, and why we need a different approach. Think about babies. They can cry from the moment they're born. No one teaches them that. But saying their first real word, like mama, often takes about a year. What's happening during that year? They're mostly just listening. They don't start by copying perfectly. They absorb thousands of sounds while their brain and body slowly learn to process all of it. They're not studying, their body is following its own natural development order. Inhale listening follows that same natural order. If you want English to feel natural, you have to start by listening with your body. And the most powerful way to do that is through the inhale. Because when you inhale while listening, 2 things happen. Your focus sharpens instantly, and the sound directly engages your breathing and vocal systems. The second key is sequence. Your body's natural sequence is belly, throat, mouth. We follow that exact pathway, and when you do, each step builds the foundation for the next. You don't have to force anything. You don't have to memorize. It becomes part of your body. Naturally. Quick recap. In step 1, inhale English into your belly. You inhaled into the lower belly, held gentle pressure, and felt the overall intonation, rhythm, and flow settle into your body. The air pressure stayed low, deep in the belly. Now, in this step, we lift that pressure upward, through the chest, up through the throat, where sound is generated, and into the back of the mouth. The throat is largely controlled by the back of your mouth. When you open up this air pathway, your body starts preparing to actually voice English syllables. And don't worry, if you've been practicing the last step, the method is almost the same. You only change two things. That's it. Just two. Here's the setup. First, lower your jaw slightly. Open your teeth just about the width of one finger. Second, place the tip of your tongue lightly behind your lower front teeth. Hold that shape. And then, inhale. Just like before, keep your lips closed and breathe only through your nose. Simple, right? It's the natural next step. Okay? Let's do it together. Lower your jaw slightly. Keep the teeth open about one finger width. Place the tongue tip lightly behind the lower front teeth. Hold that position. Now, inhale strongly through your nose. Good. When you do this, you'll notice two changes right away. First, the air pressure starts in the lower belly, then shoots up through the chest and throat and arrives at the back of your mouth, fast. It feels like your whole body becomes one connected channel. Second, when you keep the tongue tip there, you'll feel the backsides of your tongue naturally lift and curl slightly upward. That tongue movement is a key part of creating English vowels and consonants. I'll explain that in detail in later sessions. Now, one important point. When you're training sound through your body, repetition beats variety. It's not about listening to different sentences every time you practice inhale listening. It's about repeating the same sentence with the same voice over and over. Think about how a child learns their native language. They mostly hear a small number of family voices and the same everyday lines, over and over. So in this practice, we repeat the same sentences from the previous step. One caution though, when you inhale listen, your brain is working much harder than you'd expect, so you can get tired quickly, even after just a few minutes. If you push nonstop, the learning benefit actually drops. That's why this program is designed to manage brain fatigue. One inhale listening cycle is just over 10 seconds, and I include 1 or 2 relaxed recovery breaths in between, so your brain can reset. Each episode stays under 20 sentences, and the total practice time is around 7 to 8 minutes. Short, but highly focused. That's what works best. All right, let's summarize today. Lower the jaw, keep the teeth slightly open. Tongue tip behind the lower front teeth. Inhale through the nose. That's all you need to remember. Next episode, the real training begins. You're going to feel a noticeable difference in how your body responds to English. So get ready. If this helped you today, hit like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.